Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. School's been kicking my butt, but I'm back, and we're going to finish this up. End of lesson 4. I finished up with some questions from some readers, and feel free to send me whatever questions you got. I'll make sure I put you on here and we talk about it. All right. So we left off Ross Jeffries, as we said. Hold on, Ross Jeffries. All right. He says, I have a rule that I seldom take a woman's first response to me as written in stone. It's almost always a reflection of what she's feeling or thinking in that moment. It's almost always subject to change. He's right there, okay? But that's men and women and humans in general, all right? We're fickle pickles. We change our mind if the wind hits us right. So, nothing groundbreaking there. If she says, I have a boyfriend, what do most guys do? They plow ahead and ignore it, or they give up and they argue to start to give reasons why she should be dating them. All right? It's a stupid set of choices. I can probably tell you 20 or 30 different instances in my lifetime that a girl has said, oh, I got a boyfriend. And it's funny, the best response that I came up with to that, more times than not, hold on, before I get to the best response, more times than not, if she says that, walking away is fine, okay? Because one of two things is the deal here. Either she does have a boyfriend that she cares very much about, no need to mess with all that, all right? Or, more than likely, she says that so people will leave her alone, all right? She don't want to be bothered. I have found it's not even worth my time to even try to penetrate the conversation any further with either type, okay? If that's the first thing out of their mouth, they want to be left alone for whatever the reason is, whatever. I'll respect that. But I don't remember. It's been years. I'd really have to go back in my memory banks to think about it. But I was in a foreign country. I don't remember which one. I had been drinking. I went to a bar with some guys from the military that I hung out with, and this bartender, I believe, wait a minute, it's coming back to me. I was in Toulon, France. Okay, Toulon, France. This bartender, beautiful girl, had tattoos, and at this time, tattoos were not as prevalent in this country as they were overseas. So this was something new and exotic to me. But she had tattoos all over her body, minus her face, thankfully. And, after a couple of drinks, some bar food, which French bar food is trash, in case you're wondering, I decided I wanted to hit on her and talk to her. I was only going to be there for a couple of days. What have I got to lose? So we started talking, and I think she realized, oh, I see where this conversation's going. And she says, I have a boyfriend. And I, half drunk, half trying to figure out how to navigate this, go, frogs. And she looks at me and goes, frogs? And I'm like, frogs. And she was like, well, what does that mean? And I said, oh, I thought we were talking about things that didn't matter. The look on this girl's face was ridiculous. And later on, throughout the course of the night, we did go out. We had a good night together. One night stand, we both knew what it was and everything else. But at the end of the night, and before I went back to my hotel, I turned and I asked her, I said, one, do you have a boyfriend? And she said, no, I don't. I started laughing. I said, okay. I said, so why did you tell me that? And she said, because you have to understand, so many men come in here and hit on me, especially you Americans, that I don't want to put up with it, and I don't like every single person that sits at my bar. And I found that to be interesting. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. She came up with a boyfriend routine. But she said, no one has ever told me something like frogs that threw me off what I was trying to tell you, confused me to the point that it was funny. And then after I figured out what you had said, I liked it. So I gave you a chance. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. I was drunk when I came up with it, so whatever. But anyway, going back to the frogs and the boyfriend thing, I would say 9 times out of 10, you're not going to go anywhere with that. The reason that men keep going with that, it's not that they're desperate, but they like the challenge of the fact that she has a boyfriend. Let me see if she can, forget about him for the night, or if they want a longer relationship, it's a challenge, okay? But I'm here to tell you, if a girl says that, 9 times out of 10, you're not going anywhere anyway. Use your energy for something else, okay? All right. So he says, here's a better choice. I tend to tease with humor, I'll say. Are you saying game over, or just bringing up a logistical problem? The implication of it is you understand and think, boyfriend, so what? He's probably not pleasing you. I'm not saying that. The implication is that the boyfriend is probably not pleasing her and she's interested, but I don't say it. So he continues to try to navigate the waters again. And he said he tried to use humor, which I did. But again, it's not really worth your energy to keep doing this, I don't think. And I guess if we ran a study, how many boyfriends are pleasing their girlfriends, every one of the boyfriends are going to say, me, I am. But in reality, most guys aren't. Most guys are not pleasing their woman the way that they would like to be pleased. So that's the harsh reality, guys. We're lazy lovers in a lot of ways. So try not to be a lazy lover. And if you are a lazy lover, you better come with something else that keeps her around that she can't get away from, okay? So he also goes on to say, here's another one that he likes. I used frogs. Here's what he likes. Here's another one. Boyfriends are like colds. You can catch one at any time. It doesn't mean you can shake them off. If she nods her head unconsciously, I'll do the little head nod at the end of any of these, not drastic like this. If she nods unconsciously, it means she's with you. It's a good test. It's a clever little thing. I agree with him on that one. Boyfriends are like colds. Okay, if you frame that correctly, not too bad. Not too bad there. Oftentimes when women are unhappy, they'll treat their boyfriend like he's a pain in the ass or a cold that they want to get rid of, he says. Here's another one. That's good news. You'll have something to do when I'm out of town. It's discharging it with humor, okay? I like that one too. It opens, to me, that statement opens the door. If the girl says, I have a boyfriend, and you say, well, that's good, you'll have something to do when I'm out of town, and you start laughing or you smile, that's perfect. I mean, that's a good delivery. This one has stood the test of time. Good job, Ross Jeffries. You've came up with something that's still relevant today. All right, so I like that one. Also, I don't think he talks about this further, but by you saying you'll have something to do when I'm out of town, you've done two things. One, there's an image that you'll be out of town. Now, she don't really know you, but if she has any interest in you whatsoever, the fact of you being gone is going to terrify her. Most girls don't like when guys are gone if they like being around them a lot. Two, it's a time constraint, which means you're available, but only for a certain period of time. It's like what shoppers go through for Black Friday. They know Black Friday is going to have deals, but it's only going to be there the day after Thanksgiving. So it's a time constraint, and people better act right now. So he didn't point that out, so I'm going to. I like that part of it. He's also saying, are you saying the bridge is out there or there's a bump in the road? Notice that we're using some metaphors. Metaphors are a way of getting around habitual ways of thinking. When I say the bridge is out there, it is just a bump in the road. I'm going to use the metaphor of the bridge. I don't like this bridge, the bump, none of the shit that's in this metaphor at all, okay? When she says she has a boyfriend, is she saying that the bridge between us is gone or there's just a little bump in the road? Sneaking metaphor in is also something very powerful. I go into that extensively in my courses. I don't know. I've only seen one little workshop that he did, so I don't know about his courses. Negotiation is great for last minute resistance. If a woman says this is happening too fast, we should stop, I'll say, you're right. I shouldn't be touching your amazing breast. All right. That shit did not translate well to 2024. Okay, guys? Don't fucking compliment amazing breast, tits, boobs, whatever. Leave that shit alone. All right? No. Creeper alert. Where'd he go? Right here. Creeper alert. No. No, no, no. No. Ixnay that. I narrate what I shouldn't be doing as I'm doing it. You shouldn't feel even more turned on. I really can't be pulling off your panties and going down on you, he says. We absolutely must not fuck like crazed animals now. Again, do not use these words in today's times, okay? There was a time, as I was growing up, when this was coming out, that was okay to do, okay? Well, okay to do is subjective, I suppose, but I got away with it, okay? Don't do it. Just come up with something else. We're gonna just pretend this part wasn't even in this damn book. I want you to use negotiation powerfully, he says. When you use negotiation, what happens is sometimes you're narrating what you shouldn't be doing as you're doing it. You're telling her what she shouldn't be feeling, and she's feeling it. You're telling her her actions she shouldn't take together as you take them together. It's a fun pattern, he says. All right, that's the end of lesson 4. Here's what's to come. Lesson 5, he calls designing your state of mind, okay? I'm not going to get into it on this video. It will be my next video, and it's a pretty good one. I do like it. This is one of the shorter ones. Please, guys, if you have any questions, if you want to talk about anything, if you need to hear more about frogs, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, whatever fucking buttons are out there. Send me questions. I love talking to you guys. I love answering your questions. And then we'll move on to lesson 5 on the next video. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Take care. Good luck with everything that you do out there.